It's week 5 of the college football season. Let's get right to it. Now, very interestingly, we actually have a slate of really interesting Friday night matchups. In fact, we have 2 games between current unbeaten. So we got 4 unbeaten squaring off on Friday night. And they could probably have, some major playoff implications down the road. So, very important to get the weekend started early. Alright, so Miami taking on Duke. Duke is a 7-point dog. The over-under is 56.5. I'm going to say keep it under 56.5, and I think Miami can win by 7 points. That really shouldn't be a problem at all. So nothing too risky there. USC against Washington State. Now this one intrigues me because I think Washington State's probably the best team they've played so far this year, and Washington State can air it out. And if you've been watching USC lately, guess what? They have some terrible secondary coverage. So I know what we know about that team now, but the problem is Washington State really doesn't have that great of a defense themselves. I mean, they can also lob the rock. So I think it's going to be one of those games where the over-under is set at 65, and USC's a 3.5-point underdog, or favorite, my bad. I think it's going to be above 65 because they can score a lot of points. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I don't know, I just think USC's run game, I mean, eventually the Trojans, their luck is going to run out because they are not a national championship caliber team. Just what we've seen so far, they're not going to make it all the way to the finals. The wheels have to fall off the wagon eventually. So I'm very tempted to give Washington State the upset, but I think USC can win this one. And they can win it by at least 6 points. So begrudgingly, I'm going to go with the line. I'm going to take USC to win. They're going to win outright. Go above 65 for the over-under. South Florida at East Carolina. USF is a 23-point favorite. Over-under is 74. I'm going to say keep it under. And just go with ECU on the points. I mean, South Florida is going to win this game outright by a whole bunch, but 23 is just way too high for my liking. Vanderbilt at Florida. Florida's a 10-point favorite. Over-under is 42.5. Keep it under 42.5. And yeah, I can see Florida winning by 10 points. Once again, no reason to go out there and be risky. Not kind of a boring week, not a whole lot of upsets really go out and vouch for, but we'll get there when we get there. Northwest at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a 15-point favorite. Over is 51.5. I'm going to say keep it under that, and yeah, I think Wisconsin's going to win by at least 15 points. Like I said, I know it's really boring, but that's just the nature of the beast. It's the way things are shaking up this year. So yeah, just go with the line, give Wisconsin the points. They should be able to do it. Indiana taking on Penn State. This one's interesting to me because I think Penn State's going to win. The over-under is 61. Looks like Penn State's a 17-point favorite going into this one. Keep it under 61. Penn State wins outright, but they don't cover. They're not going to win by 17 points. They'll win by like 10, maybe 14, but not a full 17. So just give Indiana the points and see what you can do there. Alright, are you ready for it? This is my patented upset of the week. Georgia right now is 4-0. Tennessee is 3-1. Bad things happen when Georgia goes up to Knoxville. It happens every year. I mean, Georgia had a very impressive win against Mississippi State. They're on a high right now. But, it's Georgia. Eventually they crash and burn. Now they're in crash and burn here against Tennessee. UJ is a 7.5-point favorite. Over-under is 47. I'm going to say go above that for the over-under. And I think Tennessee wins by, I don't know, probably at least 7 points. I think they win by at least a touchdown. So go with Tennessee to win outright. Take the points. You'll thank me on Monday morning. Miami, the one not from Florida, the one Big Ben's from. The Rape Hawks taking on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a 22.5-point favorite. Over is 53.5. Really nothing to say about this one. I'm going to say keep it under 53.5. I think Notre Dame wins by 20, so just go with Miami to cover the spread. They should be able to do that pretty easy, even though Notre Dame will definitely win outright. Mississippi at Auburn. Auburn is a 10-point favorite heading in this game after Mississippi State got just crushed. But I don't know. Remember, this is the same team that beat up LSU really bad. So they destroyed LSU, got blown out by Georgia. So I think it's a rinse and repeat pattern. I mean, this would be my upset of the week. Well, I guess it probably should because it's a higher spread, but I'm going to go with Georgia because all people are taking that one. I think Mississippi's going to win this one. I think they win it outright. And I think they win it by 10 points. So take the spread from Mississippi State, pick them to win outright, over under 47, keep it slightly above. Troy at LSU. LSU's a 19.5 point favorite. Over under is set at 48.5. LSU I think will win by 10 points, but not 19.5. They're not going to cover by 20. So go with Troy, take the point spread for them, and keep it above 48.5. Ohio State against Rutgers. Ohio State 29.5 point favorite. Over 50.5. I'm going to say go above that because I think the Buckeyes can score that many points all by their lonesome. And 29.5 points. Will Ohio State win by that much? They're going to win by 24 points, maybe 27, so just slightly missing the cutoff. Take Rutgers points, but Ohio State does win outright. Washington at Oregon State. Yeah, Washington's going to win this one. They're 26.5 point favorites, over under 63. Go above that for the over-under. I think Washington wins by 24. That's the way they do it. Vegas, they're very tricky. They do that line intentionally. So I'm going to go take Oregon State's point spread, but Washington wins outright. Oklahoma State against Texas Tech. Should be an entertaining little game. Texas Tech undefeated right now. Oklahoma State had that loss to TCU over the weekend, very bad. Over-under set at 81 because there's no defense. They're going to be scoring like 400, 500 yards, both teams. So it's going to be a shootout, and in a shootout, I'm going to go with Oklahoma State to rebound. They're going to win by 10 points. That's currently the spread. That sounds good to me. No reason to get a little bit too greedy on the upsets there. Clemson taking on Virginia Tech. Have I done my lock of the week yet? Okay, well, if I'm not doing my lock of the week. Oh, well, yeah, we're almost done. Okay, this is going to be my lock of the week. Clemson's going to win this one. 7.5 point favorite. They're going to cover that quite easy. They're probably going to win by like 10 or 16 points. Over-under is 52. It's a good undefeated matchup, but Virginia Tech's not in Clemson's league. Keep it above 52 for the over-under, and I'm going to go Clemson to win by at least 10 points, so they easily cover the spread. Again, that's my shoe of the week. Run with it. Ole Miss against Alabama. Now, traditionally, the last couple of years, these games have been preposterously close. Ole Miss has won 2 of them. There have been years where Alabama's won a national title. They had one loss the entire year to Ole Miss. So for whatever reason, Ole Miss just is... they're like the Jerry Lynn to Alabama's Rob Van Dam. They're just always there. Alabama, 27.5 point favorite. Over-under is 59. I'm going to say keep it above that. And Alabama's going to win. They're not going to win by 27.5 points. They're going to win by like 14 or 20. So go with Ole Miss point spread. Alabama wins outright. And last we got Northern Illinois taking on San Diego State. SDSU is a 12.5 point favorite. Over-under is set at 44.5. Keep that under. San Diego State wins by like 10 points. So go with Northern Illinois to cover the spread. And that's all I got for you this week. Alright, so not a lot of tremendous upsets, but definitely far better looking matchups than we had last week. And after this, it'll be October, and then we'll start seeing, for the first time this year, kind of a clear picture of who might be in the national playoffs. So keep an eye on that. And as always, these picks are purely for entertainment purposes. We do not condone illegal gambling, or betting, or sports wagering. As always, we prefer you take your money, put it in the stock market where there are far less restrictions, and you can lose all your money and destroy your family a whole lot quicker and legally. Alright, well those are my picks. Take them, use them, put them in the bank, do whatever. But don't say I didn't warn you if you make a lot of money or lose a lot of money either way.